This question is for the panel. Speaking as individuals and in generic terms, not necessarily relating to your individual organizations, what about food safety keeps you up at night?
It's a good question. John, let's start with you.
You know, I think that for me, a lot of it gets down to trusted suppliers. You know, going around the world, traveling as well, there's some behaviors I don't exhibit some places where everything's always cooked when I go someplace. And I think about our local farmers market, different things like that. Actually, I'm pretty lucky because when I go to the farmers market, I see a lot of food safety, food science professors. And I actually watch Elliot Reiser's Listeria and Salmonella, where if he buys the fish from there, I feel pretty good. But it's about our experiences with them too. And I think that it's trusting that supplier. And you know, I think that I really don't worry about that much. I have to say. I mean, thank you for all you guys are doing because I don't have to worry about it that much. So that's really kind of a cop-out, I guess.
That's fair. Gina, what do you worry about?
In food safety, what I worry about is that we silo ourselves so much in food safety, we forget that we're the ones who add value to the business. And we are the department that we need to break those silo walls down, and we need to totally integrate ourselves into the business. We can't expect everyone to learn our language. We need to learn the business's language because we're the minority in our companies. That's what keeps me up at night, because if we continue to silo ourselves, then our passion, our words, our knowledge isn't going to be utilized and implemented in the business. It'll just be kind of, okay, thank you so much, and washed away because we can't show what the return on investment is. That's what keeps me up at night, because we have to be integrated.
What keeps you up, Hal?
Backstage tours. Actually, that was pretty good. Our owner wanted that, and when he came to me and said, I'm about to do this, I hope you're okay with it. He said, this will actually improve food safety because they'll have to be on their game if we give 2 million people a day the opportunity to go do audits. And I went, oh, yeah, it makes sense. So what keeps me up at night is the lack of information in the science on thresholds for certain things. So I'll just use one example, peanut allergies. Right? I'm allergic to peanuts. I have an EpiPen I carry with me. I can't eat peanuts in any food. I'm always watching that. I'm always worried about that. I can't eat certain things. But we serve product with peanut oil. And so, and it's safe. I eat it. I had tested. I use HPLC to test it, and it's part of our specs, and we do that in surveillance. But you know, what's the threshold? We know we get down to undetectable 1 part per billion. But there's science out there that shows that, at least in cell culture and things, that there are some responses, immune responses with cells to certain lower. I mean, there's pieces of protein. We just don't know enough about the science. Yet the customer wants to know, right? Is this safe to eat? They're always worried. So allergens, and that's just one example of peanut. Allergens are my biggest concern. Probably maybe when I'm allergic to something, but I know parents are really concerned about it. They always talk about it. Undeclared allergens in food is a big concern. You know, they hate me coming.
Bonus goes or recalls.
They don't like me seeing these plants because our GFSI always includes an allergen addendum that we put in that's still play requirement. It requires testing on clean sanitation and product. They hate it. But it keeps me up at night that something's going to slip through with that allergen and someone's going to eat it thinking it's safe. We don't label our product with what's in it, right? It's in the brochures online. So the customer doesn't know. You may just eat it thinking it's okay, and it doesn't have a label, hey, this product was made in a plant with peanuts, right? And suddenly the supplier decides to make a product with peanuts for somebody else, like Walmart or something, which is naturally fine, but they're doing it in our line we thought was safe. So I think that's what keeps me up at night, just those little mistakes that can happen.
All right, what keeps you up?
Sure. I think the thing that keeps me up at night is that guy that wants to take a shortcut, right? So we have systems, we have ways up, but all of a sudden, somebody didn't show up to work, so he has to double, or he worked a double shift or something like that, and all of a sudden he takes a shortcut to the things that he's supposed to be doing. He's thinking he's doing the right thing about it, because that to me is legal, right? Depending on where he takes a shortcut, can make a number of products unsafe, and we have a big problem. And it's going to be very hard for me to find the root cause, because what happened one night, you know what I mean? It's a very isolated thing. That's the thing that keeps me up at night, because it's very difficult to put a detection system or kind of an alert system towards that. Is that guy, or he was tired, or his wife, you know, did something that he just came mad at, and he decided, I'm not going to do it that way, I'm going to do it this way. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night.
As a consumer, consumers shouldn't have to worry about it. And I guess when I said that I don't worry about things, it's because I do see, as an academic, I see a very proactive, prevention-based approach. I see companies that are taking, you know, great efforts to work together to collaborate. And also, David, you made a good point about, you know, one person can go rogue. So there's all these people that are meeting high level. That's the role I see of regulations, to set the floor. And hopefully then when we find some of those companies, we can put them out of business. But then at the same time, we have to take a prevention approach, which people are, saying we're still vulnerable. Even though there's the law, even though we're testing, even though we're doing the training, there's still, like Jorge said, that one day someone could wake up with a different stress in their business. But the thing is that I see as an industry understanding that and saying, okay, how do we work with NSF? How do we work with scheme owners to anticipate that vulnerability? And let's put processes in place to try to reduce that. So I think when I say, I'll clarify that when I walk in a store, I don't worry. You know, I mean, if it looks slimy or smelly, yeah, okay. But in general, I don't worry, and I think it's because those proactive actions.
Good stuff.